Hello, hello, hello. This is In Lynette. It's all about celebrating Juneteenth, past and present. And I'm here today on behalf of We Are One Seniors and Elders and Juneteenth Worldwide. And we're talking to two amazing young men in our community. We have Mr. Amir Muhammad and Mr. Isaiah Vinay, thought poet. And both gentlemen are going to discuss with us today their position on homelessness and the crime that's going on in Chicago, Illinois. We've all heard about the greatness of Chicago, the great history, but we're also concerned about some of the more recent stories. And so we're going to hear it from the horse's mouth. People who live there, who are experiencing it, who have history, who can help us understand what's going on. And I'm really excited to see that we have Isaiah Vinay here because he's a part of that youth group. The individuals that are being targeted or identified as being part of some of these causes of the problems in Chicago. I'd love to get that perspective because we all know that there's one narrative on the street and there's one narrative that is actually true. So we're going to try to get to that truth today. So welcome, gentlemen. Mr. Amir, out of respect for you, I'd love to start with you. Tell us a little bit more about yourself, Mr. Muhammad.
Well, I'm just me. Well, no, really. Born and raised in Chicago. What I do for a living, I'm a life and health insurance agent, and I help seniors understand their Medicare options. Also, I take a keen interest in human issues that involve, for lack of a better term, or urban situations, the urban people. And there are more than just people that look like me that are urban. They're all colors of people. They are hungry. They have no place to sleep, no income. I have witnessed standing outside of a tent city and looking in. I have witnessed rodents running in a tent and the person inside fighting and buffling the tent, and then the rodents running back out. They have no running water, nowhere to properly relieve themselves or bathe and all of that. We need, as a people, need to flip the script in this country and act on it. One thing we can do is we can act on it. We can do something and advocate. Number two, we can speak on it like I'm doing today on this forum. Number three, we can all do something that I'm sure that we all do. Pray on it. Because our Lord and Creator has created us. Now, unity can I believe, erase homelessness in our lifetime. The power of unity has demonstrated positive for us as a people. You can remember Tulsa, Oklahoma, Charlotte, North Carolina, Rosewood, Florida, Bayou, Mississippi. These were towns where Black people had to come together and unify, and they did not need anything from the outside. Guess what happened, of course, with Tulsa, Oklahoma? The planes came in, they bombed, they destroyed everything because, doggone it, they wanted that money. You guys ain't got no business having all that to yourselves. So, in a nutshell, that is what I have to share with you. Is that we need to wake up and recognize this thing and realize that it affects people of all color and that it's affecting. Let me get another note out here. I want to share this with you because this one's important. It's affecting families with children now. More so, that's the newest level of population it's affecting, families with children. And so,
exactly.
I'm gonna say these 5 things and I'm going to wrap it up.
All right.
Lack of affordable housing, unemployment, poverty, mental illness, and lack of needed services, and substance abuse are the lack of services needed.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you so much. And I think the history lesson is always, I'm a fan of history. I'm so glad you brought out Mount Bayou, the first Black African incorporated town in America, which was incorporated, I think, in 1866, if not 67, which was just a few months after the emancipation of the slaves, the formal one that we all know about. And so there is some definite, and over the years, we've done everything right. I hate it when people compare us to some recent immigrants as a community of people because, we've been here the whole time. And so we've tried everything. And people have to realize that Jim Crow and the enforcement of the federal housing redlining and even some of the mortgage practices that are engaged even to this day were used to destabilize the Black community intentionally. And it's been hugely effective.
Absolutely.
So we get to, the younger generation like you, Mr. Vinay, Isaiah. And, I feel like are you guys even aware of some of that history? Because sometimes it's like it feels like there's a disconnect. So tell us about your position on homelessness. You heard what Mr. Amir said. What is your stake in all of that?
Yeah. So, well, first of all, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I think so. I'm also an organizer. I'm a photographer. I live in West Inglewood, and so there is a lot of disconnect. But I think what people are kind of getting away from is the fact that a lot of this disconnect, as far as community, is coming from lack of funds, right? Best example I can give you, Chicago Police Department has a program called Shot Spotter that it's supposed to be set up in particularly the black and brown sides of Chicago, the south and west sides. And its job is to basically let you know about any gunshots that are like going off in the vicinity, right? This program has been running for about maybe 2 years now. They've spent about a total of $33 million. The program doesn't work. There's been 22,000 plus cases of like inaccurate cases, and all it's done is bring more police presence to like the community, specifically West Inglewood, right? There's a city budget going on right now where people are literally like fighting. Community organizations are fighting to get funds to put back into the community. Like I think you said it earlier, COVID really showed just how close people are from being, homeless. You know what I'm saying? Like there are so many people that are like worried right now about their leases basically being terminated because, they haven't been able to pay 6+ months of rent. You know what I'm saying? And that's not because, they lost their job. That's because of COVID. And that's just because of everything that comes from oppression on the black and brown people that live on the south and west sides of Chicago. So as a younger person or photographer, whatever people view me as, my thing is we need to continue putting money into community organizations, right? For example, there's a program called Shift that literally helps people find different types of jobs. So construction, education, culinary, and it's in the heart of West Inglewood. You know what I mean?
Shift, you said? Is it called Shift?
Yes, it's called Shift. It's with an organization called Neighborscapes and Center for New Horizons. And the whole point of the program is to help people that have lost their job or to help people that could not find employment during COVID basically get a job. And because a lot of people in West Inglewood, because they haven't necessarily been able to get proper schooling or they don't have the proper resources to do what they need to do, that's why so many people are worried about being homeless. Because again, COVID really opened the eyes up for a lot of things, and that's why there's so many community organizations fighting to get funds to help replenish the community.
That is an excellent initiative, and you hit it. I think you hit the issue right on the head. It is funding, and we've seen over the years that defunding of community organizations has been the call of the day, right? One interesting fact about history I'll share with you is that when I was working in Selma, I learned a lot about the backstory behind the civil rights movement. And apparently Martin Luther King and Thurgood Marshall and all those greats that we've heard about who were navigating the South did so successfully because of Black businesses, right? White infrastructure was against a lot of their work, especially in the South. So they needed the Black hotel owner, the Black bus, or a jitney cab driver, right? And even some of the homes of people in the Black community being opened up so that they could navigate, be transported, get fed, and be supported if they needed additional funds for whatever initiative they're looking to put forth nationally. And it seems like since that time, we've seen a systemic reduction or defunding of the average Joe so that they couldn't step up and start funding people that they know that need to be funded. Have you guys considered that? Because if we're sending people off to jobs at randos, just you don't even know who these people are, who's going to employ them, right? Have you guys thought about creating your own business initiative so that we could start employing some of these people ourselves?
So really quick, I don't know if you all have heard of Rage Inglewood, but it's literally an organization. It's been in existence for like the past 5 years, and their whole existence is to replenish Inglewood specifically to help bring business into Inglewood. And so they have a program called the Re-Up. And literally it consists of nothing but Black businesses that are found specifically in Inglewood. So like Inglewood branded. There's a winery opening up in Inglewood pretty soon. And so that's been something we've been working on. I've been helping contribute as well. Just trying to add more Black businesses into resources that people can actually obtain, because you're absolutely right. Like, we don't know where these Black businesses are. And now that, we're slowly but surely maneuvering, through COVID still, that's even more important than ever. So
fantastic. Well, I look forward to hearing more about what you and Mr. Muhammad are doing in Chicago area. There's a lot that can be done. And you know what, as we know from our historical lessons, we, whatever we do moving forward, we should still keep a cocked eye on those who are against us, because as we change our game, so do they, right? So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Mr. Amir Muhammad, and his discussions, letting us know about what's going on with some of that backstory. We always need that. Isaiah Vinay, you are the future. You are our foot soldiers. And after speaking with you today, and I'm really excited about, what the prospect of our future is for the community. And I look forward to hearing more great things from both of you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lynette.
Yes.
Seeing you.
And it's a pleasure, sir. And we look forward to speaking to you guys again, so we can get the next level of what's going on in Chi-Town.
Yes,
all right.
As they say, I guess now. All right, now that does it for our segment of celebrating Juneteenth, past and present. And we are One Elder Chicago, as well as Juneteenth Worldwide. Thank you so much for your time.